Hello, Pam here, and today I'm going to take you through a mindful eating exercise. What do I have here? I have a bag of almonds. You can do this exercise with any food of your choice. Nuts and grapes are an example that work really well or nicely as well. And this will help you practice slowing down your eating if you eat fast or high quantities and you would like to curb that. And it will just help you be more connected and in tune with your food. So we are fortunate, most of us, to eat as regularly and as often as we want to, but we also want to keep in mind the best way to eat for our minds, spirit, and body. So I took out an almond from my bag, and I'm just going to hold it in my hands. So go ahead and pause the video if you don't have food nearby, and then find something that will work in your situation. Even just any bite of food, if you don't have anything small, is fine. So you can have that in your hands, just without a wrapper or with a wrapper or napkin, whatever you prefer. And then you can bring your hands, either just one. I would recommend your bare hand to go just right underneath where your food is. So I've got my little almond in my palm of my upper hand. So I'm sitting in a chair, and I want you to sit comfortably. You can back up and use the back of the chair to support you, or just stay nice and tall. And you can go ahead and close your eyes when you're ready. So I have only enough tension just to hold me in this upright position. My lower body is fully supported. My shoulders are relaxed. And I just want to focus on some nice deep breaths to get me relaxed. Let's do about 2 more slow, deep breaths. So with your next inhale, you may slowly open up your eyes. And for this exercise, we're going to be engaging our senses. So let's start by connecting our feeling of touch. So it's been in your palm. I want you to connect with your food, your piece of food, your bite of food, and notice how it feels in your palm, how it feels just touching the skin, its weight. Just really connect with that. Go ahead and take your free hand to touch it. Hopefully your hands are clean. Move it around, turn it over, face it different directions than it was. So you're feeling it with your fingers of your other hand, really connecting your touch sensation. Okay, next we'll move on to our sight. So we're going to just take a nice good look at it. You can continue to use your touch to turn it around and look at it different ways. You can bring it closer to your eyes. Look at it, take it in, its color, any particular designs on it. Next, let's engage the sense of smell. So you're going to go ahead and bring it closer to your nose and smell the smell of your food item. Again, you can turn it around, see if the other side smells any different, but really connecting your inhale with your smell. And next we'll move on to hearing. If you have a wrapper, or if it's on a napkin or some kind of cloth, what noise does it make as it's moving off of that surface? If you need to unwrap something, what noise does that make as you're unwrapping it? You can bring it up to your ear, see if you hear anything about it. Otherwise, probably one of the more challenging senses to engage if we don't have a wrapper or anything else besides our hand and the food item. So the last sense we will use is our sense of taste. So before we put this in our mouth, the goal is to keep your food item in your mouth as long as possible before you're tempted to chew it and swallow it. So we'll go ahead and bring it into our mouth when you're ready. And then you can relax your hands or wipe off your hands wherever they're comfortable, your lap or by your side. And so pardon me as I talk through this with an almond in my mouth for your benefit. But I really want you to now connect with different taste buds on your tongue. We taste bitter, sweet, sour on different parts of our tongue. And some taste buds on our tongue don't detect anything in particular. They're just there to help with overall chewing and saliva and breaking down our food, as this is the first step of digestion, food in the mouth. Breaking it down by chewing if necessary, or just swallowing if it's a liquid or semi-liquid solid form like pudding or yogurt. So you may or may not notice at this time or by this time that your food is getting a little bit smaller and starting to disintegrate. Certainly this is ideal if it's with foods that you wouldn't gag from just by doing this process, but you enjoy and you're savoring all about the bite of food that's in your mouth. And sometimes we'll find out by testing if it's something we can tolerate or not. So continue to keep this in your mouth as long as possible. Stay in a seated position, because if we're on our backs, then we, of course, will increase our risk of a choking hazard. And see how long you can continue to hold this food in your mouth before you either swallow it if it's all disintegrated or melted down enough to swallow safely, or you have to engage chewing to then swallow. If you have to engage chewing, chew as slow as you can. So hopefully you were able to connect all of your senses with this experience. Enjoy your bite of food. You don't have to eat this slow when you are truly eating your meals or your snacks or in the company of others. But this does have carryover. So taking our time now, 5 or 10 minutes, to eat one bite of food as slow as we can with our senses engaged, that this will also help to carry over to our regular eating and help us be more mindful of what we're putting in our mouth and how much and how fast we eat. So we want to ideally, again, slow things down, and this is one great way to do that. So I'm hoping, as my food is still in my mouth, that your food is still in your mouth. But rather than wait, because we're all going to be at different paces with this exercise, I will go ahead and say goodbye and encourage you to just, stay with your food in your mouth as long as you can. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.